Roche. Norm was a guest speaker for the Save America Foundation in 2010 while running for County Commissioner. He returns today as County Commissioner of Pinellas County. Norm will be addressing his experience and observations of his first 30 days, discussing the bed tax issue vote, upcoming big issues, and strategic planning for the upcoming budget process. Ready or not, here's Norm Roche.
Good evening, everyone. Is this working? Excellent. So, I'm in the restroom a few minutes ago, doing what guys do, standing at the urinal. And you know, it's amazing, you can have two guys walking down the hallway, right side by side, standing in a movie theater, won't say a word to each other, but put them next to each other in a urinal situation, they're going to talk. It's what you have to do. So, the gentleman looked over, he said, congratulations on your win. I said, thank you, but based on what I've just heard here tonight, I think I'm going to regret it. Based on the information that I've heard here tonight. I think it's also important to note that another commissioner has joined us this evening. Nancy Bostock in the back of the room is also with us this evening. I'm pretty much, I'm not much of a podium guy. I'm a walker and talker. As I told you before, it's onto the basic premise that it's hard to hit a moving target. So I walk and talk a lot because it's just what I do. I am beyond humbled by winning and being one of your county commissioners at large. And I'll tell you something. You hear a lot of folks talk about those lifelong candidates and those lifelong sort of politicians and incumbents who have hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars in their campaign coffers and such, and how powerful that is. I'm here to tell you that winning a countywide election with $5,000 out of your garage is pretty damn powerful. And I'm very excited about it. It's tremendous to be sitting in an office and have some of the most powerful people that you know of walk into your office knowing they never wrote you a check. You owe them nothing. You owe only the people who put you in office. And I can't tell you how exciting that is. It's a tremendous feeling. And it's something I wouldn't trade for the world. The special interest of the people who elected me county commissioner. And that's not a cliche, that's the reality. And I have the dollar signs to prove that, or lack thereof, frankly, to prove that. I can't tell if it's my voice or is it this microphone. It is, right out of the gate, it was fascinating. We were sworn in. Of course, the newspaper did a stellar job in reporting on blue jeans and boots that I was wearing instead of substantive issues, so that we all really don't have the information we need. And right out of the gate, of course, there was another gentleman this evening who asked me about what was in the paper about the assistant situation, because that was right out of the story. To give you an idea, each county commissioner, 7 county commissioners, 3 of them are at large and serve at large, and that's everyone in the county votes for them. And then there are 4 single-member district commissioners, meaning only those individuals that live within the boundaries of that single-member district vote for that particular seat. But everyone in the county votes for the at-large seats. But we're all still single and individually elected representatives of the people accountable to them. So if you think about our office structure, you've got up there on the 5th floor, and I would encourage everyone to visit, 7 sort of executive suites. Because of the government and the sunshine, you have to be separate. You cannot communicate. So each of these sort of executive suites, if you will, you enter in and there's a little receiving area, and a secretary or an assistant sort of office position there, and then off into another door is your commissioner's office and seat. So each of these are separate, and you cannot communicate. And if those of you who are familiar with government in the sunshine know the strict properties that are involved in that. So right out of the gate, of course, was the assistant issue. And that's because the board, in an effort to sort of feel the pain along with all the others, prior to my arrival, had decided that if an assistant goes for whatever reason, that they wouldn't replace them and they would share assistants. But with respect to my colleague president there, I don't think I ever actually expected that to happen. And that everything would be fine. Well, then I won, and holy moly, we've got to go back and we can't have this assistant, but we really did not have a plan for it. And quite frankly, when you're in a county-wide seat, you're all over this county. That's why my voice sounds like it is. That's why the circles are still under my eyes. That's why an assistant is necessary to schedule me and keep me moving. And established it. Basically, I walked into an empty office with boxes in the middle of the floor and holes in the wall. So I had to basically establish my own organization as a county-wide commissioner. I didn't want to previous my opponents because clearly that wasn't enough to keep in there. Because I beat him. So why would I want his organization? So if you think about that, that's what it was. So I needed that assistant. I hired a veteran, wonderful lady, Cheryl Stump, 60 years old, and her job in the military army was to go to commanding officers with them and build their organization, set up their office for whatever they were assigned to. So she was basically exactly what I needed. She's done a phenomenal job. Pinellas County, even during my campaign, and I argue this with my colleagues on the board, the governing body of Pinellas County, Board of County Commissioners, the entire budget of that Board of County Commissioners, less than 1% of the entire budget that they control, which is already very effective and very efficient. There are many areas within the county and associated with the county where they're spending 4.5% to 10% of their budget on administrative. So I felt pretty certain the board had done taken some good moves already, have done some pragmatic moves for saving costs, and I needed that assistant to get an office up and running. So I have that assistant because it was appropriate. Does that answer your question? And justifiable, and I'm comfortable.
Was the paper fair to you?
No, the paper fair. Are you kidding? Look, there's only one person, one group of people that hate me more than career politicians, and that's the media. No, the paper isn't. In fact, I brought that upon myself, to be very honest with you. In my editorial meeting with the St. Pete Times editors, they asked one of my job plans for Pinellas County, and I told them was to do a nationwide call out to all media organizations for one of them to come here and run a real newspaper. So, and that took them off. That made them happy. It didn't make them happy, so I brought a bit of their stuff against me. And I'll be honest with you, and I've said it before and I'll say it again, the only thing more dangerous than a corrupt political system is a complicit media. You've heard the terms, the fourth estate's become the fifth column, and it's real, not to deviate from the topic, but yeah, I think our media is doing far more damage to this country than money is worth. They're selling ads for dish soap and diet pills. They're not informing people. So, unfortunately, the real substantive information that should be covered and our citizens and taxpayers should know about, you're not getting. So, and I made, jeans, I wore jeans. The big issue was he wore jeans and cowboy boots. That's what this is about, where everything you just saw up here, and this is your topic. So, but I could go on for the St. Pete Times over and over and over again, and quite lengthy about them. But in Pinellas County government, contrary to what you saw today when our new governor swore in, Pinellas County government, when you are successful in election, November 2nd, 3rd, whatever the date is, that is that year, you swear in. 2 weeks later, you're on the job. So you had better be prepared. And many of you know I've run, this wasn't my first time around. My first time running, I ran for 6 years, basically. When I worked for Pinellas County for 10 years, and when I qualified to run in 2004, I was required to resign. So this was actually my 4th attempt at running for county commission. So make no mistake about it, you get up and you do it again, and you will be successful. You keep going, and you keep going. Successful at the win. The success at the position is basically in 4 years, when you look at what I've done and say, you get another shot or you get the hell out. That's the beauty of democracy, we the people, from the very beginning, and the power